Good morning, people. I'm going to make some shrimp curry today, so stay tuned. These are some of the first veggies I'm going to slice and dice and simmer to get this started. But first, I need to make brown rice. Well, I still have most of my kilo of brown rice left. I'm going to measure out roughly 1 cup and rinse it to make sure it doesn't have extra starches. They'll cause it to get clumpy and mushy. Yeah, very important step. Make sure you rinse your brown rice. I will probably be doing it using my pour over coffee filter because I don't have a sieve to do this with. This I did last time and it turned out well. Oh, I've measured out 200 milliliters of rice. Not exactly a cup, but it's close enough. It'll be more than I need. And now I'm going to rinse the rice. Yeah, this is a very primitive way to do it. It's going to take a little bit of finesse. It's easier to do this with mesh screen of some type. But this will work. Worked the other day when I made the chicken curry, so here we go. So you rinse the rice until the water runs clear. Start off kind of cloudy, and I've gotten to that point. Maybe not the most efficient way, and I probably should go buy another kitchen implement to make this easier, but it works. I measured out the rice. I'm going to add in a teaspoon of oil. Yeah, that's about a teaspoon. And now I'm adding 400 milliliters of water, which would give me a 2-to-1 ratio. And I got mix this up, bring it to a boil, and then I will cover and simmer it for 45 minutes. So I've got the burner lit, put it on there. I'll turn it down here in a bit. I don't want to take a chance on a burning bottom, but I do want to heat it up and get it going. Do the veggies, I'm slice these up, and then I'm going to saute them until the onions begin to become translucent and lightly browned. In short order, the rice is beginning to boil, and I'm about to cover it and let it simmer for 45 minutes. Meanwhile, yeah, it's a great morning. Meanwhile, the pepper is diced up, and now I'm gonna do the carrot and then add the onions, and I'll start the next phase. So the onions been diced up, carrots and pepper diced up, and now it's time to add some oil to the frying pan and saute this until it's just right and this nice red onion starts getting translucent and slightly brown. So I've measured out roughly 3 tablespoons of oil. In this case, I'm using Oro Adoche. I like this oil. You can use olive oil if you prefer. And now I'm going to add the onions. It's important to get these caramelized. Yeah, excuse me, it's a little awkward with one hand. So it's important to get these caramelized. And I'm also going to add in the other veggies, but I want to give these a little bit of a head start. So now the onions are coming along nicely, and I'm going to go ahead and add in the other veggies. This is going to take a little while, but it's making pretty good progress. And now I'm moving on to the next phase. Next up, I have to add a lot of spices. I'm going to dice up some ginger, some garlic. Yeah, I really like ajo and garlic, and I'm going to throw some ají or a hot pepper in there as well. And then I'll have to measure out some other prepared spices in the kitchen. The ginger, the ajo or garlic, and ají or hot pepper are all diced up, ready to go. I'm going to add them to this bowl, and then I'm going to measure out other herbs and spices into it for the next step. All right, so now I'm going to measure out 3 tablespoons or thereabouts of curry. Okay, I'm fibbing. I'm almost certainly going to use more than that. That's 2. That's 3. Oh, just make sure it's enough. you may or may not want to use as much. Next up, I got to measure out a teaspoon of cinnamon, paprika, take a bay leaf or two. Make sure you pull those out later. And I'm going to measure out a half a teaspoon of sugar. I'm using raw sugar because I prefer it. While I'm also taking time to keep an eye on the veggies that are sauteing. Some of the onions are really getting there, but it's going to be a while. I got it on low heat so it'll be forgiving, and so it'll cook evenly. I might even turn it down a little bit more for now. And back to measuring out spices. I'm also adding in a small teaspoon of turmeric. I really like this stuff. And I will sprinkle this with some black powder. Not black powder. What the hell? I will add some black pepper to this, fresh ground. Okay, all the spices are measured out into this bowl. And all I gotta do is wait until the onions have reached their peak caramelization, and I will add these. Recipe calls for 1 cup of yogurt. I'm going to use 250 milliliters, which is that small dash by my thumb. That's pretty close. Yep. I'm also going to add roughly a tablespoon of tomato paste. And I'm going to put it in yogurt to make it simple. Okay, I might have used more than a tablespoon, but I rather like tomato in my curry, so it's all going to work. I rather like shrimp, so I'm using a half pound of small Ecuadorian shrimp and another pound of some bigger prawn Ecuadorian shrimp. This should be really good. Time to add the additional spices, and it's too bad you won't be able to smell this because it's going to put up some wonderful smells into the air. And I'll scrape that out and stir this up. By the way, the rice is coming along nicely. And now, stir this all in. Yes, be easier with my other hand. All right, so I'm gonna cut away and take care of a little bit of business on this, and I'll cut back in a bit. So it's smelling really good now, and it's almost time to add the coconut milk and the yogurt and tomato paste. Here comes the coconut milk. And it's got a little bit of cream in the bottom too. Whatever comes out, I will use. I'll shake it up, try to get some more out in a minute. The cream kind of clogs it up, might make a bigger hole. Smelling really good like curry now. I'm adding the yogurt and the tomato paste. I can stir this all in. You see some of the wonderful colors starting to come into this. And yes, it will change colors as it progresses. It will wind up a darker curry color when it's done. It's actually slightly darker than it appears on camera, but hey, this is a cell phone and that's how it does it. So, really starting to come along. I'm going to work on the coconut milk and try to get the rest out of the can. Measurement was half of the can. I needed 200 milliliters roughly. It's like 3/4 of a cup. So, it's got blending pretty nicely. I'm going to stir this a little more. And then I need to set a timer. Okay, I've added shrimp and, well, I should have given it more than overnight thaw in the refrigerator. It'll be fine though. Just gonna be patient, and as soon as it's thawed, I will start the timer for 25 minutes. The rice should finish up just about the same time. It's right here where I can smell it, and I know the odor I'm waiting for, and I know when it's done. The shrimp is thawed, and I brought up the heat, and when it comes to a boil, then I will simmer it for 25 minutes with a timer. Okay, I brought it to a boil. Now I'm gonna set a timer and simmer it for 25 minutes. I've already turned the heat down. It's still boiling, as you can tell. And the color's coming along nicely, and it smells rather great. I'm really looking forward to this shrimp curry. What a great way to start the morning. Although I already had 2 boiled eggs and some coffee to get my day really started. But it is still pretty early, and I hope all you guys are having a great day too. If you try this recipe, let me know how it turns out. Okay, it's made its 25 minutes. Now I'm going to add this lemon juice to it and a teaspoon or so of this cayenne. So this will be really good. So I've added the lemon juice and the cayenne, you can see there. And now I'm going to blend it all, let it simmer just a few minutes, and then it's time to eat. Ready? Oh yeah, first bite. Oh, the carrot's really good. This curry tastes great. Oh yeah. That shrimp is really good. I'm gonna enjoy this. Hope you enjoy your morning start. Peace out. Give me a like, give me a share, leave a comment. If you try this, I'd love to hear some feedback.